Good morning, Story Trading VIPs. It's Monday, December 12th. We got an action-packed week. CPI coming tomorrow morning, FOMC on Wednesday. So let's go through those indices real quick first, and then we'll get into specific stocks. So you can see SPY and QQQ up slightly. TLT, very interesting. Could that be a good sign? With bonds up, interest rates down ahead of this meeting, UUP. Fed is people are expecting 50 basis points on Wednesday. But look, I'm going to always advise going into these big events. These are events of uncertainty, possible risk. I think it's a good idea to raise cash. If you want to play with a little hedge, that's up to you how you do that. But I'd rather be wrong with a little bit of a hedge and extra cash on the table and then have to buy. I'm still kind of longer term bearish in this market, and this just playing this as us being in the middle of a bear market bounce. The question is, do we bounce off this 20 DMA after the data this week and go further higher, or is it going to mark the end of it? So we're not really going to know that until we see the data come out and see how the market reacts. So waiting for all of that. So just remember, risk off. We're looking also keeping an eye on Credit Suisse and Blackstone in case we see any kind of financial contagion like we saw in 2009. Apple, always very important to the indices, so we're watching that. Of course, we're watching Tesla. We'll get to that in a second. So looking at specific stocks here, CTLP has Investor Day today. Man, did we really nail this with that 425 to 430 resistance call last week. So now we have Investor Day at 1 p.m. today. So depending on what is said at this investor conference today, you can see here, December 12th, it will be a live webcast from the website. You can grab that. So 1 p.m., maybe we'll jump on together. We'll see. So that could be a catalyst to either take the stock up or down. I'm not going to prejudge it. Don't know. The easy money has been made the way we do it with all those resistance levels and the catalyst that got us over there. We played that really well the last 2 weeks. All right. PLAB has earnings tomorrow morning. If you want to play earnings, this is the time to do it. I do like the setup of this chart, but it really depends what they're going to report. So we just don't know that yet. It's a risk going into the event. If you want to wait for the report and see what happens and then jump in if the report is good, or the guidance, pay attention to guidance. That's what killed them last time. And it wasn't even company-specific guidance. It was macro guidance for the sector that killed them, even though they completely blew away earnings and they didn't have anything bad to say, any poor guidance for their own earnings, but they had some commentary on the sector, and that just caused this whole stock to sell off and not come back. That's why I'm willing to take the risk here, unless that was a hint to the market. I don't know. But I'm like, if they didn't have that commentary in the Q&A session, I think this stock might still be in the 20s. But in any case, let's see what happens. PLAB coming up tomorrow morning. DAIO, we're interviewing the CEO 9 p.m. tonight on Zoom. So if you're not a VIP yet, you can hop on over to StoryTrading.com, get a 7-day free preview. You can listen to that discussion on Zoom, and you can participate, ask your own questions. Someone brought this up to me from social media saying, hey, maybe this could be the next AIR. They're inflecting the profitability. This is going to be our first meeting, first time learning about the DAIO. So who knows? We'll see what they have to show us. The last earnings release does look good. The question is it sustainable? Is it part of an inflection to much higher revenue coming in? We're going to have to find that out tonight at 9 p.m. Clearfield has been obviously a huge winner, but disappointed with that, with the financing they did. However, we had a great story trading interview. We're preparing to release that story trading interview early this week, perhaps later today. We'll see if we can get that out the door. That was a really, really good interview. I'm personally really bullish about this because of the commentary coming in from Chris and Eric and the good work they're doing on that. So watch out, look for opportunities in Clearfield. CANO, I actually am kind of bullish about this today. Out of the stocks we covered here, CANO is the one I'm a little most interested in. And of course, it's very risky. This is that M&A candidate that we played this really well off of here. This was our signal November 23rd. It was the first green day after going down for a long time. I jumped in. I mentioned November 23rd, but I didn't have the balls until I saw follow through November 25th. And then we just rode that all the way to 20 DMA, got completely out. And now we're seeing a similar pattern. 3 days red. We had our first day green Friday. That was a signal to me that maybe this thing has stabilized, going to turn around. And then I'm going to add some sentiment possibility here, because now we have Horizon Therapeutics being bought out by Amgen for $116 a share. So that might bring some M&A speculation back into the healthcare sector. Give this a little extra reason. It's all psychology, right? Market is all psychology, and people may be getting excited, saying, "Hey, look, acquisitions are happening. Maybe the acquisitions and the rumors are going to resurface for CANO." That's my thesis here for today. CANO. I did pick some up on Friday. I might pick up a little more today, but this is very risky because the rumors out there that their financial situation is not very good at all, and they may be having a liquidity issue. So be very cautious with CANO if you're going to trade it. Continuing to watch TBLA. Let's just see the technicals here off of that great deal with Yahoo. Have support here at 239, 245, 240. So 240 to 245 range support. You also have 20 DMA support. So just watching this, I'm hoping it will find a level here to bounce off of and head back towards the highs, head back towards 3 or the 200 DMA. So nothing yet to note on that. LIACF continuation from last week. Man, did I have fun playing this last week. Buying the dips, selling the rips like 3 times on this. So I don't think I currently have a position, but this is doing the spinoff. I think this has the legs. As we get closer to the spinoff of the uranium asset, this is both, you get to keep the lithium and you get a spinoff of a uranium asset. I don't feel like this is something that's going to drop below 175. Right there, you can see that wow, that was a triple resistance over there at 175. And now I think that's a big gap support. But, I don't know. I'm thinking this level right here, 185, is going to hold. So I think I'm going to be continuing to watch this and buy the dips, sell the rips on this. That's an exciting event, exciting catalyst to look for investors to look forward to. So LIACF, man, that's like 5 letters for a ticker symbol. That's a tough one. All right. And then following up on CHWY and DocuSign, these were earnings winners from last week. CHWY has a 28% short position. So I'm very interested in CHWY and potentially playing this again. I just did day trade it last week for a nice little trade. Technical, a lot of congestion in here. We really got to get over 45, 46 here to see this thing run. And then we'll play it by ear at the next level. Lots of congestion on this chart, but that earnings report was really good, flipping unexpectedly to profitability of 28% short. That warrants my attention. DocuSign, I did not play last week, although it was a great earnings report. This is now a value play. It may be something you can buy the dips on. You can see 50 DMA, 20 DMA support. Solid to me at this point. This looks like a solid company, solid stock. And what's your resistance level here? 54, about 53 to 54 resistance level to the upside. So interesting one. Although we don't have a lot of time to play these, right? We have CPI coming tomorrow morning that can throw a wrench in everything. So just keep that in mind. MBLY hit another all-time high on Friday. I don't know yet if we've added this to that fund I'm working on. I'm not sure. But in any case, MBLY, I really like this. I have it in my IRA. I think this is going to have permanently high sentiment premiums. Awesome sector, awesome TAM, awesome excitement in there for self-driving cars. So looking at that. Air, a little bit disappointing. The volume was, I think I'm out of my trading shares at this point. And we talked to CEO of Air, Gain Erickson, after the news and got a little bit of insight into this. And this press release that came out, maybe not as impactful as it may seem, at least not yet, right? They really don't have visibility and major when they say, actually, that's not the word. You look at the press release, what the real takeaway from this is lead customer, right? It's not the lead customer for the company. It's the lead customer for this specific product. And they don't have yet visibility into the cadence of orders that are going to come in. So it's not like something like, all of a sudden company revenue is going to double. That's not the case. Well, it may be, but the CEO can't say that yet. He doesn't know that. So maybe that's also why the market not too excited after that news release. We'll just have to continue monitoring that. AEHR. Tesla, I can't believe I'm a Tesla bull. What happened, man? All right, I must have been that 200-week moving average that we talked about, and that's the trucks are building pretty cool. But yeah, there's downside here to about 160, 165, I guess, 165 at the 200 week moving average, and I'm just hoping it holds as a new Tesla bull. We'll see what happens. That's a downside support, and I'm not really like calling for any upside today or anything. I don't see a strong catalyst for it, but it might. Who knows? So continuing to monitor Tesla. CTMX, another one like Tableau that we're monitoring. Ooh, they had some data come out, but I'm keeping the faith here because Regeneron investing in them, and I think they did their homework. So, but not good to see this drop below the 20 DMA. Don't love this tail here. They had some data that came out last week, and maybe the market didn't love it. I don't know, but I'm sticking with this because I'm sticking with the bet Regeneron made, and looking for bounces off support and hopefully back towards that 200 DMA, but not a good look breaking below the 20 DMA right now. We're monitoring XXII, APVO, a stock Ariel mentioned to me in the room. There was a catalyst on this APVO. It's a little biotech, $17 million market cap. All before now, it's $34 million market cap, and the news is a little bit hard to find in the feeds, but you can find it on a website or something after sharing preliminary data about experimental leukemia treatment. There was basically good data. They're saying like 100% response rate in 12 patients, something like that, for leukemia. And this is very thinly traded. There may be some trade opportunities in here throughout the day. Stock like this, I'm not going to swing. Not for long term, just for like day trading if you can find a spot. So perhaps we'll collaborate on that in the rooms today. So that's all I got. Of course, we're monitoring all kinds of other stuff, and who knows, one of the big winners for today may be some other stock in our list that we know well that we're monitoring. So we just got to react to the price action and see what may be happening this morning. Just looking at the news here, earnings outlook for PLAB coming out, so people are looking at that. All right, guys, so that's all we got. I do have my hopes up for CANO today. I love Clearfield. Picking some cheap shares up. I did that Friday. Maybe I'll do more today. DAIO tonight, PLAB tomorrow morning, CTLP 1 p.m. Conference. We got a lot going on. Maybe continuation on CHWY and DOCU, but we got to be careful, man. Swing trades, probably not a great idea going into CPI tomorrow. More like day trades, and make sure to have some cash and some hedge by the end of the day. All right, everyone, thanks for joining, and we'll continue collaborating in the rooms.